Castle.
What a day, huh?
I like the headphones.
Oh, thank you.
Looks good.
These are my fucking base PlayStation 4 headphones from
Those are dope.
GameStop.
So dope.
I don't know why I don't bring them everywhere. Probably because I just leave them with my computer.
That makes
These are
sense.
my
I don't
computer
keep mine with
headphones.
mine stuff too.
Oh man, what a time to catch up, huh? It's been a bit of a wacky zany week for me.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
I don't know.
Did you go to the zoo?
Not the zoo. I went to the aquarium.
Oh,
at
sorry,
the mall.
my bad. How could
The
I?
mall aquarium, which
Sorry.
every mall has an aquarium, right? Every mall. So.
I have brain damage, so
Yeah, you're right.
So
You're right.
I couldn't remember the proper details of that. My bad.
Stuck inside of our old. Went to the food.
Low key.
I went to the food court thinking, oh, like I wonder what's still around. You know, there's a China Max, and there used to be a Sparrow's Pizzeria spot,
Sbarro's, yeah.
which is now a closed down different pizza shop that was also bought out by another person.
Oh,
As
okay.
I looked around too, near the water fountains, near where the oldest theater I've ever gone to, I swear to God.
Our Regal.
Yeah, Regal, good old
Yeah.
Regal, right? Yeah, passing
Our
that.
Regal's actually pretty good.
The aroma of the popcorn, the freshly
Yep,
popped popcorn, was definitely telling me to go in there. But
Our Regal has the domain of a Subway. You know how when you
Yeah,
walk in a
very
Subway, you
similar.
get hit with that bread air?
Yup,
And
instantly.
it's Subway bread air, and it smells like vinegar and lettuce immediately.
Yup.
I don't know what.
Multi-grain bread they got.
that multi-grain bread, but it's not, like it's all what color is it? It's not. They all taste the same because they're made of the exact same like cornstarch material.
Yup.
Do you want the wheat
Frozen.
colored bread or the white colored bread?
Because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't fucking matter.
It's the same.
Or would you like the white bread but it's flat? It's like a tortilla, but it's
We
a
have
little
a
bigger.
panini maker. Like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
We have a microwave, but it's not very tall.
Yeah.
We have a regular microwave. We can throw it in the microwave for you, but it's short. Would you like short hot starch?
Would you like your bread microwaved, or would you like your bread microwaved? Like,
Would
yeah.
you like it? Would you like it double microwaved?
We can, for an extra charge, we'll throw it in a second time. It's like, oh, I'm super excited. So, anyways,
That's the argument. Sorry, but that I have to joke. This is the argument
So,
of people like.
I don't know
leaving-
the full story of our mall's lore at this
Yeah.
point because it's been bought out by like an Armenian group of people, right?
You and these Armenians,
Sorry,
dude.
I don't fucking know.
You've got some racial rhetoric going on the past couple weeks
Oh,
here.
totally joking. I don't actually know. It was bought out by another company. Then they started refurbishing it. They ended up a couple of years back putting in this huge ass aquarium, trying to revent or what was it? Put a Viaport Entertainment is now
Viaport Entertainment.
Yeah,
Center.
no
It's
fucking-
like a Dave and Buster's if you're like really poor.
Yeah, kind of actually. Literally.
It's like Dave and Buster's with bowling. And I
Yep,
think
they're
there's,
putting in laser tag though, which I'm genuinely kind of curious about. They're doing a huge renovation.
That wasn't already in there.
No, it wasn't.
I'm thinking of Apex at the at the real mall.
Yeah, at the actual mall with actual stores. When you go through, it's not just a
That
closed
one's
yank.
also dying, like in spirit though.
Yeah,
Crossgates is dying.
Crossgates is only. Yeah, Crossgates is probably dying, especially due to COVID, due to online purchasing.
I would say due
Amazon.
to the clientele. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I swear to God, I can't go to Crossgates now without seeing police like patrolling the spot on the spot.
You don't go. People don't like go hang out at the mall anymore.
And if
which
they
is
do,
wild.
they just fight each other.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go to Crossgates on a Friday because there's always two black kids screaming about something in front of Wendy's, and then fisticuffs breaks out because
There's blood.
because if one of the three specific security guards is on shift that day, they're like, these guys again. And they just
Quite
don't go
fucking
break it
literally.
up.
I remember going into the Crossgates cafeteria and I sat near the window, which overlooks the whole parking lot. It's a 2-story fucking setup.
Yeah.
And the food court's on the second floor. And I'm sitting against the window and I'm looking down at the ground. There's just like these red dots everywhere. And then this cleaning lady comes over and she's like, "You need to move. You need to move." I'm like, "What? What?" We're sitting eating our Chinese food or whatever. This mall, great mall Chinese food, right? And
That
fucking-
has stayed cheap. through
Yeah,
COVID.
which is
it's
nice.
Still like you
Yeah.
still get your shit for $3.
yeah, there's one time I got a maggot in my rice though. That was not fun. That was
Well,
fucking
buddy, you're getting Chinese food. You got
yeah from the mall. It's almost like with it. That was stuck with my We're like, I got beef and broccoli or something. It was like,
Oh, never get the beef and broccoli. You
yeah,
gotta go to General's House Chicken. The
General's
one
House
chicken
fire.
always.
Fucking, this cleaning lady starts cleaning up all these blood drops everywhere. And then we're like, what the fuck? And then like 15 minutes later, when we're finishing up eating, this cop comes over to us. And he's like, was there like anything over here? Like, did you see anything? And like, no, this lady came by and cleaned up the whole crime scene though. And then he couldn't fucking do his job, which is kind of funny because this lady didn't know how to speak English. And she was like, she's like, could you guys scoot? Could you scoot over? I'm like, all right. And then we moved and this fucking cop comes by. He's like, yeah, where the fuck did the thing happen?
Mira está aquí no.
Yeah, it's gone.
Mira está aquí no.
Yeah.
Shoo.
All right, back to our shit mall, right?
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Walking through, everything's fucking closed. J.C. Penney's out. Kmart's gone. Sears is gone.
Yeah.
I looked at one of those fucking old directories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. The You Are Here map.
Yeah,
thing.
the You Are Here thing. I read off the entire list. There was like 6 stores that still remained, and there was like 50 on the board. I was like, what the fuck? Everything's like switched and gone. FYE's gone. Fucking GameStop.
FYE is gone.
Yeah, FYE. And that one was their
That
longest.
was like the most successful store there.
That was like the only store there.
Yeah.
Literally the only store. As I'm walking through where old American Eagle used to be, they took it, they gutted it out. There's like fucking casino machines in it now.
What?
And they're doing weddings but themed with the Elvis Presley like impersonator. So they're doing like a weird chapel.
Wait, is it like a private company doing that?
I
Or is
have
it just
no
like
clue.
they're
I
selling
took a
out the mall
picture of
space?
I'll show you a picture of it while I keep talking about this. But yeah, I took a picture of this fucking Elvis Presley fucking here it is right here.
The moment I knew.
Take a look at that shit. It's fucking
A tribute to the
legit.
King featuring Bruce Andrews, multi-award-winning Elvis tribute artist. How do you win an award for being someone else?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a chapel. They do dinners and shows and stuff. They do
Alright.
wedding and theater. They call it Little Vegas. It's like got 2 slot machines in it. Like unregulated slot machines.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Our Rotterdam Square Mall is like a family member who like got in a really bad car accident and they've been put in like a coma and you know that they're like brain dead.
Yeah.
But you just you hold out hope until you know the
fingers
plug
crossed.
until the plug is pulled. The moment I knew they pulled the plug was when they were starting to put the Viaport in, and I was like, "Oh shit, we're gonna have hope for this place because it's like they're gonna renovate it." And then like everything started closing around it so they can make more space, and then they put the like state offices there.
Yeah,
Instead
next
of
to
like
it.
I was like, you could put a trampoline park, you could put roller skating there, you could put
Anything.
you could put laser tag, you could put more restaurants, you could do fucking anything. And it was like the parking side space too. It wasn't even like inside the mall. It was like people who work in the state offices at the Rotterdam Square
Rotterdam
Mall
Square Mall.
cemetery of and the
The
cemetery
shell
of
of it what
entertainment.
it used to be, yeah.
It's like the Borg. It's like a fucking parasite taking over a host that's like
Yeah.
still half alive. It's like a zombie or like the Last of Us zombies, where
Yeah.
the person's like sort of in there fighting it a little bit, but they're clearly dying to the virus.
However, I'm pretty sure they're doing the carnival thing again. Remember when they do the pop-up carnivals out front of
the food court with the big
No,
Ferris wheel?
like a literal carnival.
What?
Yeah, they have. It's going to be up for a couple more days. I think it's open till the 11th of June.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it's open tonight. We should maybe we should go.
Maybe we should go to the carnival.
Maybe we should. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah.
They got, like-
if
they got
none of our
some-
friends
alright.
text us back, let's go to the carnival.
Yeah, we have no friends.
Yeah.
Ever. Even when there's group chats.
Yeah,
Still
except,
no reason
except
to have
for
them.
when the group chats get together to like plan out things, and then we don't get to go to them. It's cool. You and me, you
It's
know
all
what?
good.
We'll just be better friends, buddy. Because
It's all good. I don't need no group chats.
I don't.
But
even
again, I
need
did
that.
leave the last one. It was partly because that one was dying, and I'm like, fuck this.
That one did suck, to be fair.
Because I was getting shit that I didn't need. I'm like doing stuff, doing work or whatever, and I get like blown up out of like nothing, and it's like a half fucking cropped photo of like a crossbow or like a recurve bow or whatever. And I'm like, what am I looking at here, dude? Like, what is this shit?
Look, dude, don't shit on Rich's based bow posting.
They were
okay?
pretty based. It's like, what the fuck am I looking at? So fucking confused. Regardless,
bow pilled arrow posting.
one thing that is dope about the fucking mall right now in Rotterdam Square is a person.
I completely forgot that that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're going back to. I ended up going for the first time in like fucking forever. I only went once, and that was because my cousin was working there for a while, and
Was it your hot cousin? No.
No. My homie literally let us in for like literally free. So I remember going when it was like first open, and there was a lot to see, but it's a fucking aquarium too.
Yeah.
It's like what am I? Anyways, this time I went with Aaron, and I did the stingray feeding thing, which is like a couple extra bucks, just whatever. And I went over to the stingray, like this huge just bathtub, just full of fuck. It's massive. It's like the size of a fucking swimming pool, obviously, because you need to put these guys in it. But it's only like arm width deep. Like you could punch the bottom of the fucking this like bathtub if you really tried. And there's all these fucking crazy fucking stingrays floating around it, and they're all different colors and shit. There's this massive one that literally would stick to the side like a pancake and then flip around against it and like splash water. It was
I love
fucking cool.
I love all of God's silliest, goofiest.
Yeah, they're
creatures.
so funny, and when you see the bottom of them,
their little face.
they have a little
smiling
face. Yeah, they're always smiling.
They all look like Kirby.
Yeah, they
all
kind
look
of
like
do.
They all have Kirby's face.
Yeah, and they actually kind of do. Actually, thinking about that, yeah, they have like the little smiley face with the little eyes looking.
Yeah,
thing.
if Kirby ate a paraglider.
Exactly.
Or like
oh
a parasail, and then his face was just like on the bottom of it.
I'd say I highly recommend. If you haven't, you should definitely maybe go feed some stingrays. Maybe we'll go. It's mad fun, dude.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's so much fucking fun. They also have this other exhibit thing that we got suckered into. So there's the aquarium, and then like 3 stores down where there used to be like a fucking, I don't even know. I think
there's like the shoe store, right? The big
it's past the shoe store.
It's past that.
Yeah, and it was like animatronic fucking like dolls, like
Five Nights at Freddy's,
like literally, and it's all supposed to be like mythical creatures, like aliens and Bigfoot and dragons and centaurs.
Dude, you can't just leak FNAF 6 from the mall.
I swear to God, I go in there and I'm literally asking this dude this question. I'm like, so what even is this place? Because 3 employees just sitting at the front of the store, just sitting there like talking. And I'm like, well, I bet they're making so much money and so much business. So I go in there and there's nobody there except us. The entire mall is empty. Nobody's walking around. We go in there and they're like, yeah, it's like $10 a person. He was being nice, really nice guy. And he's like, $10 a person. It's like a little experience and all that stuff, trying to sell it. Mm-hmm. Did you see the story on Aaron's thing by any chance?
I couldn't comprehend.
I hope it's still on her thing. I doubt it is, but Jesus Christ. They're like grunting. Like you go into this, like you go around this corner, which they like set it up like a little maze, but it's only like 7 attractions, I guess. But they're all just animated things that make noise. They're like, and it's on like a fucking loop, so it does it every like 30 seconds while you're standing in front of it. It was so bad. It was so funny though. Good time, yeah.
That's fun.
The mall's dying. Malls are all dead.
The corpse of we live next to the corpse of the spirit of a building.
It's gone.
I did not have such a fun time. Well, actually, I kind of did. So I had the fight. By the time everybody's hearing this, because it's recorded after, I had the fight, and that whole weekend wild. So, I had to finish the weight cut. Obviously, that's step number 1, and that was surprisingly easy. Like people make it out to be this. Well, I'm sure if you extrapolated it much farther than I did, I only cut like 6 pounds. No, I cut 8 pounds. I got 8 pounds in 2 days, and I was literally just taking like 15-minute hot baths with like 2 bags of Epsom salt and a bottle of green alcohol per bath, and then just not eating or drinking anything for like 2 days. But the whole time, my dad was being a dick, and I don't know if
this is at the hotel.
No, this is before we left.
Before you even left.
So I took one bath to like test it, and I lost like 4 pounds.
Wow.
I'm like, oh shit! So I rehydrated, and then the next day we drove down and we finished
to sweat it out? Does that help sweat it out?
Yeah. So you cover yourself in albaline, which is this like hydrating skin cream basically. But what it does is it opens your pores.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get in hot water with Epsom salts in it, you start sweating your nutrients or whatever from your sweat. And then the green, I don't know what the green alcohol does. I think it helps you breathe or something.
I learned this one from the Dead Sea. Like, you know what I mean? Just like,
the saltiest place on earth.
Drown.
The saltiest place on earth.
Holding a rock above your head. It won't push me under. Like, fuck.
Yeah. So we I had to do that. I was like,
Step one.
that was step one. Was
Yeah.
the most important part was making weight. So that wasn't too hard for me because I worked my way down from like 170 to 160 in a week with just exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and then I cut the last like 5 pounds doing that. But the whole time, like on the last 2 days where I couldn't eat or drink anything, my dad just I've never seen him buy more snacks and drinks. And he just kept eating like
In front of you
yeah.
and being
We
like,
before we left, me, my dad,
don't
and
you
Jimmy.
wish you could eat this?
Yeah, before we left, me, my dad, and Jimmy, we went to Walmart to pick up like the last thing we needed, which was like dandelion tea and peppermint oil, which is a diuretic, and then something to like get me up and active for the weigh-in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're in. I follow Jimmy. We get this stuff. We're walking out. I'm like, where's my dad? He's behind us. He's at the self checkout lane. I'm like, what is he getting? Why is he like tailed away from us? And then he comes out. He's got a box of croissants and a Sprite. And I'm like, what? Dude, what the fuck? And I don't get what the that's not dominant, dude.
That was so dominant.
That was not dominant. I don't understand what he thought was what he thought he was doing. Oh, I'm buying myself a little treat. Your son is starving in front of you. Your son is actively like emulating what it. I'm actively emulating what it'd be like to live in the desert for 2 days.
I'm dehydrated.
And then
Sustenance, water.
so we get to the hotel. I'm doing the weight cut. I'm getting more and more irritable because there's less
Food.
everything in my
Yeah.
body. And my dad leaves the room for something, and he comes back with this massive bag of like chips and soda. And
Like, how much food do you need at this point? Right?
I don't know. I've never seen him buy more little treats. And I finish the weight cut. I'm almost done. I'm having a conversation with Jimmy. I'm sitting on my bed. And he's telling me, like, oh, we're going to go to the store. We're going to get you a couple things. And then, you know, you can just to pass out. And then the weigh-ins will be tomorrow. And you'll be all good. And I'm like, can you get me a pair of earplugs so that I don't have to hear my dad eating? Because he's standing right next to me opening a bag of Doritos. I've never been... It was not difficult to not eat or drink for 2 days. I've
But
done
when
fast
somebody's
before.
eating over you, it's like...
When it's the most extreme it's ever been on my body, and someone that you know, not some random person, someone you know is just taunting you, following you around with food for 2 days. God, I've never wanted to shoot him more than I did in that exact moment. Oh! So I said that. I said, can I get a pair of earplugs so I don't have to hear him eating? And he immediately just starts eating the chips. And I'm like, all right, fuck
Did he do it because he said that?
I don't know.
Did he hear you?
He definitely did, but
Yeah.
I don't know if my dad is aware that he's a dickhead like that, or if he's just that
Do you
like
think he was just
autistic
hungry?
and narcissistic. No, he never is. I don't know. But that was not fun.
Yeah.
I'm in the locker room, and they start setting up like the table where everybody comes and grabs their gloves and their shin pads. And there's like these are like huge industrial boxes of gloves. And I'm not gonna besmirch Cage Wars, the brand
Mm-hmm.
that I've fought for or under, but I will say if the people who brought these gloves and shin pads were like local, I don't ever want to see them again because they brought out this like industrial size box of MMA gloves, and Cage Wars has a sponsorship by the athletics wear company RDX, which makes gloves and shin pads, and all of the shin pads were RDX, but there was just like a random assortment of brands and colors of the gloves and stuff. And it was seeming
like a lost and found of
is almost
gloves?
like lost and foundish, yeah.
That's so weird.
And they were all labeled. All of the cuffs on them had like a letter and then a number on them, so they
For
were
each
like in a
person.
list. But they weren't like random. They weren't specifically assigned to each person. You'd walk up and pick one and try them on. But the second we were trying them on, the people at the table just like, so if you didn't, you going back. I went back and I'm like, all right,
What are you getting
whatever.
paid to do, dude?
Exactly. Like, I'm not even getting paid. Why
Yeah,
are
that's what I'm
you
saying.
why
Like,
are you
the
complaining about
employee
anything?
of this brand
Dude,
deal
I'm about to
situation just
acquire injury voluntarily for
for
free
entertainment.
for entertainment
Yeah.
to put on a show, and you're like, ugh, this guy.
And on top of that, it's about safety too. Like if their gloves aren't fitting right, it's
Mm-hmm.
important, yo. What the fuck?
So they just handed me a pair of shin pads afterwards, and I was sick of standing in front of these people, so I just threw them back in my chair. Got a good pair of gloves after everyone like just collectively unionized to be like, hey, we're swapping amongst ourselves because we all can give each other pairs that fit, and you won't like just do the list.
That's so weird. Why?
Yeah, so we all like the fighters swapped gloves among themselves. We didn't go back to the table to re-register the stuff that we did, or to the gloves that we had.
Makes sense.
And then it was cool. I had a great time in the locker room. It wasn't even a locker room. It was literally just a room behind the showroom.
Yeah, that's how I assume.
And it was one of the smallest places I've ever been in.
For how many people? Like it was fitting a lot of people.
There was 8 or 9 fights. So there's 8 or 9 fighters in each locker room, and then each of them has 2 cornermen. So there's like, what is 8 or 9 times 3? It's 24 or 27 people.
That's a lot of people in a small room. Yeah.
Plus the organizers who would come in and out, and then the 2 people at the fucking table. So there's like 30 people in this like, it's literally like a 10 by 20 room.
Jeez.
So I put the shin pads on, right? They're too big. I wear a small or medium in shin pads. They gave me an XL.
Why? Oh, because they don't know what they're doing.
Because they just didn't fucking count it. So when I put them on, I'm like, these things are huge. But I didn't really care because I didn't think it would be that important because they're not like uncomfortable. They just like went up to my knee. And I was sitting in a chair when I was having them put on, and then I had them because they attach by Velcro on the back, right? So you have to. The reason they wear like colored duct tape on the gloves is to signify one which corner you're in. So there's red and blue duct tape, but then anything else that needs duct tape is to cover up Velcro because that can cause like unnecessary scratching, abrasions,
yeah.
like unintentional damage. So I'm having these things taped up to me, and then it's like 5 minutes to showtime, and I'm like, all right, cool, we're all good. The first fighter goes out. I start warming up. I notice something is really wrong with my feet. I look down, and 4 of my toes, like right above the nail, are just bleeding because the shin pads are too big, right? So the elastic band that goes underneath my foot for the instep part is not like solidly holding onto my foot at all. It's not snug. So when I'm bouncing around doing the warm ups, the
pushing on your toes.
the mesh on the underside of it is like scraping against my toes really lightly because I'm jumping
around.
Yeah, I'm jumping around in it. So I don't want to take them off and cause a scene. I'm up next at this point, so I just hike them up as high as I can, and then the best part happens. I fucking loved. Oh my god! I always wanted to be a like before I discovered fighting. I wanted to be like a pro wrestler because I like the showmanship of it. I like having an outfit and a song and like a nickname and pyrotechnics and stuff, and people just cheer for you when you walk to the ring. So I got to emulate that like childhood desire basically when I went into when I walked through. They started playing New Magic Wand, and I waited for like the bass to kick in, and I fucking hopped through, and people loved it, dude. It was awesome. It was my favorite part of the entire experience, and I can't wait to do that again. Because I had the Akatsuki fight shorts, and then the like button up Akatsuki shirt with the like open in the middle. That's what anybody who said anything to me about that or about like my walkout or anything was all about the fit, and I have been prepping that for like 2 years, so I'm so happy it fucking paid off.
It did. It looked good.
I can't wait to see like the replay of the walkout because that was the most energetic I've been in a while. That really pumped me up. And then I got in the cage, and before I talk about what happened in the fight, because it's not very long, I didn't know this about the amateur rules. I don't know if it's just the Pennsylvania Athletic Commission. I don't know if it's national MMA like policy or if it's just Cage Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But in the amateur rule set, apparently you can't kick or knee a person in the head ever. Not just when they're on the ground. Like
Really?
you can't. Yeah, you can't kick or knee to the head at all, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why we're wearing shin pads at that point, because you're trying to protect like the hardest bone in your body is your skull.
Okay.
It's protecting your most important organ, right? So the reason you wear shin pads and gloves when you're doing combat sports is to protect your hands and your shins and stuff from the other person's hardest bone, right? You don't wear gloves to protect the other person. You wear gloves to not break your hands. So why would we wear shin pads if, if we're just gonna kick each other in like the legs and the body, which are relatively like pudgy and like muscle based? I didn't understand. But that really threw my whole game plan off. And then I'll try to keep this part brief because the fight was literally 30 seconds. So we come out. I throw a couple kicks. I try to jab at the guy, and he's moving. I'm also moving. Like we just can't get range off.
Yeah, like literally in the center.
And the first punch that he throws that he hits me with knocks me off balance because I'm trying to step in and hit him at the same time. And the next step I take, I roll my right ankle. And I remember thinking in that moment, I'm like, oh, shit, I hope it doesn't look like I just got hurt there. Because I limped for a second, and I think on the replay it looks like he might have hurt me really bad. But I know I twisted my ankle there, so I try to move around, and then he saw that I limped, and he just swarmed on me, and he hit me one time, and I fell down. He knocked me on my ass, and I landed on like my elbows. My head did not hit the canvas or anything. I landed on my elbows. And no nonsense Keith Peterson stepped in, and he said, "We're done. Because he has like the smoker's voice. He's like, "You are out. You are out. We're done." And I was like, I know him from the UFC. I've seen him reffing fights for like my entire life, so I trust the guy. And everybody else seems to be mad about it for me, so I don't really need to complain. My opponent hit me.
Yep.
I was in it. I felt myself falling to the ground, and then I landed, and I didn't like slam my head, so I didn't get like flash knocked out or anything. And I saw Keith come up to me, and I'm like, "No, did I just fucking get knocked out?" So he stopped the fight, and then he said, "You got knocked out, dude. I'm sorry. It's over." I'm like, "Okay, I trust you. Thank you, Keith." Mwah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That was.
It's whatever, because
I feel like you called it early.
I don't care.
I know.
It's amateurs, dude. There was no money on the line.
I know.
I didn't lose a girlfriend that I never had about it. Like I didn't lose a belt. It's literally meaningless. There was so much that I enjoyed about it that
you had a good time.
I had a great time.
That's awesome.
And I'm so happy that I would rather
next time.
I'm glad I stepped into the cage and lost than having not done it at all. Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot for Schenectady next time.
Nectity. We'll be fighting in Nectity.
Mm-hmm. But it's not all that bad.
Yeah.
Because, for one, I loved it, and then
it looked like you had a good time.
I did have a great time.
You had a blast.
The next fight directly after mine, I didn't get to see it because I still had to like walk my stuff to the back and take all this shit off.
Yep.
Before I could
even
walk back out. I heard the first bell. I'm taking my gloves off, or I'm taking my shin pads off. I hear ding, ding, ding. The crowd erupts. I walk out. I bolt out. I'm like wearing one shin pad. I bolt out. I look open to the doors. The guy who I was sitting next to in the locker room is just fucking like, he looks like a corpse. Like he's stiffed out.
Shit.
He in like 15 seconds he got flatlined, and I'm like, well,
could have been worse.
That could have happened to me, and it didn't. So I'm not going to complain about it. And it was, I don't know, it was fun. The whole event, though, I got to say, I think no, I'm not gonna say anything about the ins and outs of it on the recording. We'll talk more about this later.
Yeah, of course.
But I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna do it again.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Oh, what's happening on my phone here?
So, side note, yeah, the carnival's open till the 11th, so maybe
All right.
maybe we'll go do that later.
Perhaps.
It's pretty big for like what it is. It's actually
Let's find the rest of our friends locally. We have more friends than just the people that you and I mutually hang out with.
Yeah, no, we have
We should just
plenty
go
of friends.
find our other friends and bring them or
Yeah,
something.
I don't care.
Fuck it. If our main group of people won't talk to us, whatever.
Yeah, why don't we go try to get other friends?
Yeah, we have more friends.
Yeah,
Oh God,
that'd be actually great. Maybe we'll do that.
We should. Oh, we should have.
What?
There still should have been a trampoline. I'm still mad. There should have been a trampoline park in the mall,
Yes.
in the local mall. That was such a weird trend of like trampoline parks belong in the same category as like Froyo, as like weird 2010s public
Yep.
event things that came and went that could have been so much better.
Yeah, I love the dodgeball aspect of trampoline
Oh,
parks.
dude, yeah,
It's
it was
the
one of the best
coolest.
parts about it.
Like, you get to play dodgeball and you get to bounce around while you're doing it. That sounds fun as fuck.
The problems that a lot of trampoline parks had is that one, literally all what?
Bird.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. ADHD, man.
You got immediately distracted.
I was listening to you, though.
Of the 3 trampoline parks that we had locally,
Yeah.
2 of them were in warehouses.
Yeah, like straight-up warehouses, yeah.
Sky Zone and
Are they still open?
no,
They all closed?
I think the one at Crossgates might still be open.
Wanna go?
That's the only one that maybe I don't know. Depends on how much it is to get in there.
We should drink before pregame it.
Yes.
That would be mad fun then.
Is there any places to drink in the mall?
Yeah, plenty. Beer World, all those places. There's tons of places.
Really?
In Crossgates?
Yeah, let's just go get wasted at Crossgates.
Dave and Buster's?
Yes! Let's go get wasted at Dave & Buster's.
And then go to the trampoline.
And then go to the trampoline park.
Oh, that's so funny.
Let's have dinner at Dave & Buster's. And then fucking get wasted and spend way too much money to play like terrible arcade games that aren't real.
I remember you showed me. Which one was it? Was it the one with like the fish and the harpoons?
Yeah.
You're like, no, you gotta play this. You gotta play. I'm like, all right.
It's the most skill-based one. Because you
All
can do it if you
timing.
learn
It's all
if
just
you learn the
timing.
timing. Yeah,
Mhm. We gotta find our friends.
we do have to find our friends. We have to make friends at
We have
Dave & Buster's.
to eat chicken and then find our friends. Eat grilled chicken.
Yeah, you should be able to eat grilled chicken at a trampoline park. They should have done. I'm saying they should have done way more with that. Like dodgeball is not enough.
What else?
They should have had pro tag, professional
tag.
tag, or like, because the entire ethos of a trampoline park is that you've constructed like a grid, essentially, and in quadrants of this grid are trampolines, obviously, and you have various activities to do in there. But the problem with the activities in there is that they're not enough. There's like 3 of them. There's obviously like the big running around area. There's the dodgeball area, and then each place had their own individual other thing, like the fucking dive pit, or like the
Dive pit,
the
yep.
the kids playground trampoline area.
Yep.
They should have had fucking extreme tag, professional tag, or like a gymnast's. Like
It's gotta be a liability thing. That's the
gymnastics
thing.
bars or something. Yeah, but they had like the big punching bags at like at trampoline at Sky Zone or whatever, where you could like stick your time sticker on the fucking
Yeah.
thing because it's just hanging way above. I feel like that's a liability on its own. If you get a kid who like runs and jumps and smacks his head on the bottom of a heavy bag, that's still him cranking his noggin against a 90-pound bag
Yeah.
of sand.
Yeah.
And also, like, the corners of... Do you remember... I have no idea why I can't remember the name of the first trampoline park we had here. The one, it's off of New Loudon, or it was off of New Loudon. It became Air Adrenaline.
Oh.
They rebranded it to Air Adrenaline.
His
And then it
name,
closed.
Sky Zone.
No, Sky Zone.
Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like what? Okay.
Anyway, that...
Touching clouds. Cloud 9.
Yeah, Cloud
That's the
9.
next one.
If you remember the first one, like, it was, like, all carpeted. All the areas where you were, like, jump off of the trampolines because there were the support pillars inside the building.
Yeah.
Those were all just like carpeted corners you could bash your head on. I remember I broke my rib in there because I was like,
broke your rib at the trampoline park.
I broke my rib at the trampoline park because I was like, I was like
How
11.
old were you?
I was like 11.
Damn.
And there was like a medium length trampoline because there's like the shorts or like the square ones.
Yep.
And
And
then there's the long ones.
Yeah.
And in between one of these like pillars with the carpeted squares and like the main one that attaches to like the dodgeball area and the like Assassin's Creed dive pit, there was like a half length one that was like a little bit longer than a square one, but not as long as a long one. So I'm like, if I run from the backside of this little carpeted square and bounce in the middle, I bet I can, in one bounce, make it to the other non-trampoline area. And I undershot it by like 2 steps. I jumped from like the middle of the platform instead of the edge of it. So I jumped and hit the middle, and then I didn't have enough momentum carrying me, and I had no plan of landing whatsoever. So because my feet weren't going to hit on the place that I wanted to land, I just assumed the regular landing position, and my body just collapsed over the corner of that thing, and it just smashed my rib right.
Christ.
And I was
Can't
out of
even get a cast for that shit either. You
no,
just
I was
gotta
out of
live with
I was just like out of soccer. I wasn't even bedridden. It was just like it was nearly.
it sucks.
It was like a fracture. So I was like, I
Kids
could
are
walk.
bulletproof.
Yeah, kids are bulletproof. I could walk around and stuff, but I couldn't play soccer or do like athletics for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I wouldn't have had to make my own fun if there was more than just jump or jump with dodgeball.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it faded out into obscurity. Because like Froyo could be a great thing too. Froyo, they never had like smoothies.
What did they
and stuff.
replace Froyo with now? It's
Boba.
Boba. I don't even
That's
like
the new.
boba.
That's
I
the new
fucking hate
trend.
Boba.
Yeah, all
Like
the
little,
Froyo
the little
points.
grape-skinned weird things.
Acai.
Yeah, you pop them. I like to shoot them out the straw, but other than that,
I like the fucking different types of like milk tea that they come in. I like the drinks themselves without the balls in it.
Yeah,
But I don't understand why that's like a necessary part of
boba.
the refreshment to enjoy itself. Because like you're not gonna get that in like soda or anything.
I don't want these balls in my mouth, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not like to enjoy these balls in my mouth. Actually, I would just like. Why do? Okay, I gotta blame you for that. That's your fault, dude.
Balls
You
in my mouth?
you and the Koreans, bro.
Balls in my mouth.
Take it back to Kim Jong Dead or whatever the fuck his name is. Why did your people make a fucking balls in your mouth
Balls
drink?
in your mouth drink.
Take
Delicious
it back
drink.
to the BTS boys, the Bang Tang Squad or whatever the fuck they're called.
BTS baby.
Bring it back behind the scenes. Why is that a necessary part of your refreshment? Also, why like hot press a plastic wax like sheet over
on
the top of the cup?
drink, and then you have to pop the drink. Yo, have you seen the videos when people just like smash
You
their
have to
cup?
smash it, yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't stop your hand. If you don't put your like thumb at the end of the straw to stop your hand from going into it, you just fucking hammer fist it,
Yup.
and it explodes. It's retarded because the cup is already made of plastic. It's not like you're saving any plastic. You're like hot pressing wax plastic onto a plastic cup
And then
already.
you're gonna punch
as
through
a
this
method of
plastic
sealing
to
it.
drink it, so you don't get drugged.
I guess.
Silly.
I
Silly little
guess.
guy. It's so you don't get. It's like the cup protectors, so you don't get roofied at the boba tea stand.
Oh, you mean a napkin? Like a thing that could just be moved. Oh yeah, because you're gonna leave that anyway. For one, you've already poked a hole in it with your straw. Somebody could take the straw out and then put drugs in
But
it.
it's harder.
Put the
But
yeah.
it's so much harder.
It's so much harder.
It's like an extra 2 steps.
How would
It's too
they
much.
not? How would they not show
It's an
evidence
extra
of
2
tampering?
or 3 steps of just trying to fucking put the drugs in there.
How wouldn't they show evidence of tampering?
Exactly. Somebody's gonna be like, "Who? Somebody move my straw."
And it has a big straw because apparently you're supposed to suck the balls into your mouth.
Yup.
Why?
I just like to shoot them out the straw.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
stop
all
signs.
delinquent children. That's what all delinquent children do.
It makes such a funny noise.
Yeah, because it's like a fucking pellet gun.
It's like the perfect circumference of the boba tea.
I could understand if you wanted to have the refreshing drink soak into the fruits, or have the fruit soak into the drink to give it a cross hatched
Yeah.
flavor almost.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with it, you perhaps enjoy like a fucking peach milk tea acai berry treat afterwards with like a spoon or
Yeah.
something.
but it's not even.
You're supposed
fruit.
to enjoy both at the same time. I just don't understand. I don't get it. There's no appeal there. Froyo could have
It's
been
just
way
white
better. They
girls.
could have had.
It's just white girls.
White girls, yeah. White girls wanted to be white with Froyo, and they're like, I'm done being white. And woke happened, and now they're like, I want to be Korean. So they go and get Bobo.
Not Korean.
I'm done with Taylor Swift and Lord. It's time for the Ben 10
BTS.
Squad and Blackpink Red Blue.
Ben 10 Squad.
The Ben 10 Squad.
I knew it. Fucking BTS,
Oh.
just the Ben 10 Squad.
They
all got Omnitrix.
They're the best immigrants, dude. They're the ultimate.
They've got the
aliens.
next gen ones though. They got like all of them.
They got the Ultimatrix.
They got the Ultimatrix.
Can you imagine a group of
young men?
A group of Korean men with Ultimatrixes?
Just them. Nobody else.
Could they combine into like? You remember Alien X? Remember like how Alien X had like 3 different
Forms.
No, it had like 3 different mental personalities that had to all agree on one thing before it could make any individual decision.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Well, that was the
That
basis.
makes sense.
That was the baseline premise of Alien X in Ben 10 was that it was like the ultimate its consciousness inside of it, and they all have to collectively agree to like every single minuscule little movement because it's a way of like
harmonizing
to restrain its own power so it doesn't like destroy things. Or like each individual personality is supposed to represent an emotion, so those emotions all have to align, so you make like a logical decision about it.
Instead of it being.
But could you imagine if like if 5 of the Ben 10 boys were all of the consciousness inside of one Alien X, like a Megazord, like a Ben 10 Megazord? That'd be pretty sick.
That'd be a little too much.
Ooh, girl, I want to destroy this universe with you.
I think they
or whatever their
them all
fucking
bickering
songs
before
are.
they could do anything.
They all like. I don't want to sound. I don't know why I'm like trying to not sound racist, despite all the things I've ever said before. But when it comes to Koreans, I don't want to sound racist because they're powerful and they'll get me if they hear this.
Yeah,
but
out of
I
anybody,
try to.
it's them. Out of anybody, it's
well,
them.
I mean, they're powerful. Dude.
They
Come
are
on.
powerful.
They're pretty
very
strong.
powerful. They're very
They're
strong.
They're managed by Sony. Come on, they
That's a
own
good point.
Spider-Man.
They own Spider-Man.
Actually, I think they sold it back to. No, because they're making Spider-Man for the PS5, so they're still Spider-Man's still under their contract. Dude, they can send Spider-Man after me if the wrong people
Oh yeah,
hear this.
most
Right?
definitely. The Ben 10 boys.
The Ben 10
will
boys
send Spider-Man.
and the Bang Tang Squad versus Spider-Man versus Godzilla coming 2024. No, but I try to like listen to interviews because listen, I'm a white womanaholic. All right, I'm addicted to white women.
White
So-
womenaholic.
Yeah, so I tried to listen to like interviews and stuff with these people, and whenever I would come across posts about them and however these people feel about their K-pop stars, I just couldn't fucking tell a difference between literally any of them. Personalities are all the same. They're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they're Korean.
Yep.
So there's the main one who's in the middle all the time.
Yep.
There's the one who speaks English real good. There's the bland but hot one. And then there's the funny one who doesn't speak English
I
real
want to kiss
good.
his toes.
And then there's a fifth one. There's a fifth element there that I'm forgetting. But they're all like they all go on like Genius, and then they'll do like a group interview. And the one who speaks English will read the English questions, and then the main guy will translate it to Korean, and then the other 2 will speak, and then one of them will go like, I like McDonald's and Sprite. And that's like supposed to be their funny thing. But that's
that is
legitimately
so funny, dude. What do you mean?
It is
like McDonald's
and Sprite. I think that's Jim Yeon from BTS or something. I don't fucking
That's
know.
awesome.
That's something 2017. That was my white woman homework at the time. But I was just like, I don't get it. I don't understand this at all.
That's so funny.
I found it really funny at the time as like an individual clip, but I didn't. It was like a sitcom almost, like where everything is completely replaceable, where it's just super oversaturated. I didn't understand what was so valuable or likable about each of their individual personalities. And then I looked into all the other groups and like the girl groups, and they're also exactly the same. They're all copy paste the same because it's part of a media machine that cranks these things out. And I completely forgot where I was going with this. Where did we come from with
We were
this?
talking about the Omnitrix.
Oh, the Omnitrix.
And then boba.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah.
And then white women.
Because Froyo could have been way better with like I don't know more emphasis on like external Froyo stuff. Hey John,
Hey, how are you? Do you need help? Okay.
do you want me to pause this or we good to go? Was
No,
it like 10?
no, it's okay.
All right. Oh, because I was saying like trampoline parks. They should have had jousting pits.
Jousting?
Yeah, where you
I
like
love those.
you know the joke in like fucking SpongeBob where they're on the Space Needle with like the big cotton swabs.
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other
the
over?
Q-tip things.
I think
love
if you
those.
just take a bunch of kids and you put them in like you bubble wrap them basically. You put them in big foam suits or
like
whatever.
a sumo suit. Remember the
Yeah,
sumo suit?
you put them in like
things?
you put them
Those
like a
things are
you put them in like a sumo suit and like a big padded helmet and stuff, and you give them those like cotton swabs or like a big rubber sword or something, and just let them loose on the trampolines.
What
and
could possibly go wrong?
well, literally nothing. They're covered head to toe in padded armor. Ideally,
I love the
this is
cotton swab.
fictional. So in my fictional world here, nothing ever goes wrong with this.
That makes sense.
They're covered head to toe in padded armor, just beating the shit out of each other with like foam swords on a trampoline, bouncing around,
Yeah.
laughing, giggling, having fun. Then you have like two kids or like two workers. They were always kids. Like there were 17-year-old people that worked there always. So you have these just two teenagers in the fucking trampoline park shirt outside of this little pit, making sure that they don't run away with like the armor and the swords and go like try and throw it at the dodgeball people.
Yeah. That should
And then
actually be a part of it too. They should give the cotton
oh yeah,
swabs
like dodgeball with like the enforcer or like the slayer.
Yeah, they get like a shield and like a sword.
That'd be a
So
sick.
like a paladin.
That'd be like a sick aspect of dodgeball. It's like regular dodgeball, but like every person has like a power up that's like a different weapon or something.
Cool.
You get like one person gets like a bike helmet, so you're headshot proof, and like one person's like a
He's got a bike helmet. That's
yeah.
such a good idea.
One person has got like the cover
That's
of
a
a
really good
grill,
idea.
and they can use it as a shield. One person's got like a big basket or like a net or something. You give two people a net and they like catch a ball, so it's functionally easier to catch a ball. And then one person they could just have like a bow. They just have a different
The
zing
zing
bow. They
bow.
just have a different method of shooting. That would be or the different method of hitting somebody. Extreme dodgeball or like dodgeball with like Uno perks or whatever.
Yeah.
Dodgeball with the battle pass.
Battle Pass dodgeball.
Game theory. Game theory. Battle pass for season 2 of Dodgeball. Coming up
I
next.
just completed a Battle Pass last night. Actually, that took forever. I'm level.
Did battle passes in video
Oh
games.
god,
so
dude, they're terrible. But Jesus, it's the only way to get stuff.
you know another way to get stuff.
Money.
Money? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you make money? Is you and your Amish friends dress up in all black.
Yeah, and you steal
Off the
and you
fence.
steal a little shed.
Yeah, if somebody builds a shed in their backyard, their Amish are like, I just want that.
They come in with.
So they
their
try to
little-
be ninjas, but they're just
They're
Amish
Amish.
still. So they go and pick up your shed. But of course, you can
Like,
you can
could you
ward
imagine
them
if
away.
like the Amish people took the pool shed?
That would suck.
They just walk away with the pool shed with everything in it.
That's what I'm saying. You draw like a magic circle around because they're like a very militant a very militant sect of Christianity, right? So they adhere very strongly to the word of God. So if you put magic on it, they're like not going to touch it. They would never
Good
touch
idea.
it. So you just take you just draw a
Put a
magic
sigil
sigil
on
like
it.
goat's blood. Hello,
Hey, how you doing?
stuff. It's okay.
You're fine.
We're good. You just like put a sigil around it, and then the Amish can't touch it because it's magic.
Exactly.
And then you seal it into the ground. You take your spike, and you're wearing big rubber gloves, obviously.
Yeah, because you don't want to get electrocuted.
Yeah. So you take your big spike sword, and you hold it up in the sky until a
Until-
thunderstorm
yep.
comes. You let it get struck by lightning, and then you
And you curse the
stab it.
ground.
You curse the
And then
ground.
you curse the ground.
So
and
that-
it'll prevent the Amish from stealing.
Yeah,
the
so
shed.
that if they do a prayer circle around it to diminish the magic circle, they would still get electrocuted if they try to pick up your shed.
Makes sense.
That'd be a sick movie.
Or
Amish versus
or
wizards.
hook a car battery to the foundation of your building. And the moment they pick it up, it's like 16,000 volts of electricity just go through their body. That's all I can think about.
That's genuinely such a better idea.
Yeah, it's like we have to learn we have to learn like
You have to
witchcraft
learn alchemy and witchcraft when you could just take a car battery.
and jumper tables.
Do you think they'd be able to identify that?
No, they'd be like, "What is this sorcery?"
Would that like look like magic to them?
I'm
prevent
sure it
them
would
from-
be, especially if you're able to like set it up in a specific way.
No, because they'd be bringing like candlelight. I don't think they'd be able to.
They have
discern that.
lantern?
They have lanterns, yeah.
They like have like the finger little holster thing.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, Ebenezer. Just pull an Ebenezer. Good point.
Dude, that movie's so funny.
Ebenezer Scrooge is
yeah.
a funny movie.
Well, A Christmas Carol. It's fucking hilarious.
That fucking just shit in my pool.
No,
Dude, the bird just flew over and shit directly in the pool.
it's a sign from God. Stay. Don't put a
What did
fucking
he
car
do?
battery on that shed.
God.
Oh, God's out in force today.
God is life.
That's true. God is good. Amen.
Wasn't it Ronaldo 63?
Oh yeah, no, it's Ronaldinho sucker. Ba-dum-bum. Nah, yeah, a meme from 2019 that I just remembered the other day.
I've never seen it.
I'm not gonna like try and retread it to make it funny. It's just an era of it's very niche internet humor. But what was that thing I was doing earlier about
Oh my god.
fucking
Here
movies?
we go.
What is that squirrel gonna take a little dip?
They're all over the place. There's like 15 of them.
What is he doing?
There's like a bird and squirrels. And there's a rabbit over
Holy
there.
shit! I've never seen a squirrel walk like from the front view.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
Why do you strut his shit like that?
Yeah, I normally see him hopping, but now he's
It's like
walking.
it's like if you see like Mr. Krabs walking normally.
Yeah,
It's like what the
yeah,
fuck is
yup.
that? Where's the? Aye.
SpongeBob.
Oh, it's Sandy. Ah, that's right.
It is Sandy.
That makes sense. Sandy Squirrel. And she's naked.
Sandy, where's your suit?
Where's your bra and what does she wear? Like a panties with a skirt on them, or was that a bathing suit? Was that supposed to be a bathing suit that Sandy was wearing?
Yeah.
I guess. It's weird to me that some of them. That's a very weird implication that like in cartoons like.
Underwear is swimsuit.
Well, no, like
something.
animal characters need to wear clothes.
Yeah.
Because like SpongeBob
And
doesn't have
Gumball.
SpongeBob is a sea sponge. Well, he's a dish sponge, but he doesn't have genitals, but he has to wear like pants.
Yeah, because I don't want to be naked.
Yeah, but why
He's got
not?
a job. He's
Yeah.
got a 9 to 5.
I guess. But like Squidward
Uniform?
doesn't wear pants.
He's wearing a shirt,
He
though.
wears a why? Yeah, but why? He doesn't have titties. What's the point? He's shown with his shirt off sometimes.
Because he's a squid.
Okay, sure, I guess. Yeah.
He's actually an octopus, isn't he?
No, he's a squid.
He's a squid?
He's a squid.
Okay. Why does he look like that then?
Because I don't know. Yeah, why Sandy is wearing like the underwater breathing suit at all times,
Yeah.
but when she's not wearing it, when she's in her dome, she's in the bathing suit or in the
Yep.
underwear. But then when they like go on land for those couple like when they're on like the sticks, when they're doing like the fucking the starfish and the sponge and like the squirrel and the stick, she's not wearing anything.
Yeah. It's like a regular
So
squirrel.
why? Why are you doing
That's
that?
the joke.
And then Mr. Krabs also wears clothes.
Yeah.
Why? You show him without clothes.
Yeah,
multiple
remember the
times.
Plankton episode
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they swap?
And they also show him without his shell, implying that
Davy
his
Jones.
they also imply that his shell is clothes.
Yeah,
it's like they
'cause
show
he's
him
been
without
naked,
it. And he's like been naked
the-
with that.
Yeah.
Plankton doesn't wear any clothes.
He's a plankton.
Why do the rules apply?
He wears pants.
No, he doesn't.
He wore pants when they swapped positions.
Yeah, he wore Mr. Krabs' clothes, which is a shirt and pants.
Which was like fitting like around his small little body.
His tiny little legs. Also, he's like form fitting to hide a big red button under it when he ripped it off at the end. And he pressed the button to go back.
I forgot about that.
cartoon logic is weird because like you just mentioned Gumball. Fucking Darwin, he doesn't wear clothes. He only wears
He
shoes.
wears shoes.
Why?
Well, haven't you seen what happens when he takes his shoes off?
What is it? I haven't
It's
seen it.
pixelated.
Oh, it's pix. Oh, it's a funny gag.
Yeah, I thought.
I think that's about like feet pics culture on the internet, though. That's different. But at least all the other characters in Gumball wear clothes.
Why are they drinking chlorine?
Yo, whoa! How is he doing that?
He's flexing.
He just like bent his ass. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
He looked like one of Voltron's legs. You ever see the what?
Did you see that?
Oh, the thing in the
You
pool.
see that?
Yeah.
It's a robot.
It's a pool defense robot.
Yeah.
We
Look
should. You know what? Let's combine that squirrel and that robot to actually make Voltron. You ever seen when the lion robots like, they like form one of the legs or something, and like the head will go up, and then the body will go backwards. He just bent the squirrel, just like bent like that over to drink from the pool.
Yeah, kind of actually.
So it's like his body was like vertical, like straight up, but his neck and his head were horizontal to like water level. And he's holding on to his tail. It looked like one of Voltron's legs. That was fucking funny. All right. Your parents are home, and that was an hour. And
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Just Russell.